G'day guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Featured. Now today is a bit special. We caught up with Dave and Kerrie down in New South Wales. Now a lot of you might recognize them from Dave's and Kerrie's Camping and Trips Facebook page. They've got over 6,000 followers at the moment, and they've got a YouTube channel as well, so I'll put links in the description anyway guys, check them out. Today we are going to be discussing their camping setup, so some tips and tricks coming up. And stick around because they've got some cool pieces of equipment that it's really worth knowing about, eh? Now, unfortunately, the day we filmed, we had some technical difficulties, so I'll have to do a voiceover in some of the clips to relay the message. So we'll start with their vehicle, guys. They've got a 2016 two-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson 2-liter petrol engine, automatic. They've been towing the camper trailer, which is about roughly 600 kgs in weight. They've recently done a 6,000 kilometer return trip to Uluru, and through rough roads, a bit of corrugations as well. Dave said that they average about 9.7 liters to 100 kilometers fuel consumption, that's towing. So I found it pretty impressive. The vehicle performed really well. They've been towing for around about 2 years now, up and down the country. Never had any technical issues with the vehicle, just normal maintenance. For power, Dave's got an ArcPack 100 amp hour lithium battery. To charge his ArcPack, he's got a 200 watt King solar panel, which is more than enough to feed power back onto the battery. He's also got a couple of King's battery packs for mainly using for charging laptops and phones and stuff like that. Now these units are a jump starter as well, so you can use them to jump start your vehicle. And Dave's also got an LD branded battery pack which he uses for powering lights. Guys, we'll start with their awning. So just a standard 2.5?
Just a standard 2 by 2.5 King's awning.
2.5, yeah, cool. But Dave and Kerrie's added a little tweaking to it to make it perform better. Tell us about it, Dave.
Yeah, so what I've done, I've put a sail track on top here because previously, just the awning as it is, you can't put an awning coming down the front here.
That's right.
So I put a sail track on. I put about 4 or 5 rivets in, which I think it cost me under $20 to do it. And now I put an awning on the front, it just slides on the same way as you put the other stuff, and it's fantastic.
That's a brilliant idea, because I did a video before about the awning tent.
Right.
That's a Rich Rider awning tent. And same thing, it didn't have a sail track right at the edge of the awning, so you couldn't put the wall there.
Yeah, so that makes a huge difference. Whether you want to get the sun out the front, or whatever reason.
Yeah.
And a few other things we did was put the poles.
Yeah.
Just got a little clip from BCA, and it's just a normal tent pole.
Yeah.
And it just gives it a bit more support if it's a bit windy.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got the awning tent on.
Correct.
Sometimes people, I haven't noticed it too much, but I thought just as a safety thing, it can sag. Some people say they sag a bit.
Yeah.
So I've just put that on just to give it a bit more support.
I noticed that in my one.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So you just got the pole and...
I already had the tent pole.
Yeah.
And then I just went BCF. You just buy those little black things and just push it in.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's it, eh? Awesome.
And the other thing I've done was I used these you call them carabiners.
Carabiners.
Yeah, carabiners.
Yeah, climbing.
And I put a proper guy rope on it, not the little flimsy ropes they come with.
Yep.
And I find this so much better.
Yep. I noticed down the bottom you've got those used your drill before.
Yes, I have the screw-in pegs.
Yeah, screw-in pegs, yeah.
I got them from a company online. They're actually called screw-in pegs online.
Yeah.
They're not the cheapest thing out there,
yeah.
but as you get a bit older, you get sick of hammering all the time, and using the drill is so much easier, especially when you're doing quite a few different setups. Okay, just another tip that we've done, guys, is just put these cloths on. So obviously when you roll this up, and especially more so that now we put that strip on, is that you can see where it gets marked. And we didn't realise at first, but now what we do is put a cloth there, and that protects it. And just one in the middle and one in the other end, and that just protects it from any more wear. Now for toilet and shower, Dave and Kerrie managed to pick up a kick-ass shower. These little units are pretty awesome. They basically mount onto your roof rack. They look like a mini awning. You basically unzip it, fold it out, and drop the material down to the ground and peg it around. And you got yourself a privacy room
So this is basically your toilet and shower.
Toilet, shower,
Obviously changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, awesome. So to get in, you got a zip.
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a
side.
zip on the side here.
Yeah, one side. Yeah, opens up.
Cool. And inside, we'll either have the toilet there, and
Yeah.
and that works fine. That works really good.
So for your shower, so you got a bucket?
Yeah, bucket. We'll use some solar bags, put them in the sun, just
Yeah.
get a bit of warm water. You don't want it too hot, lukewarm's fine.
Yeah.
I've got the rechargeable shower, which we also got from Kickars. Rechargeable, charge it up, and obviously it depends on how long you have a shower for.
Yeah.
And how long it's going to last. But apparently you should get roughly 4 to 5 showers using this.
Okay. So that's the Kickars one, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's just a rechargeable battery USB. How do you charge the thing?
Just with a USB. You just turn that USB in.
Yeah. So I'm assuming only fresh, don't dunk it in salt water.
Yeah, it's not
fresh
for
water.
river water, it's only for fresh water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite clear on the instructions not to use any other water source.
Can you adjust the spray?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so if you want to conserve water, adjust it a little bit.
Really good.
Yeah.
Because we had one of the older ones where you had to plug it into 12 volts.
Yep.
And this is going to be so much better.
So have you thought about how you're going to mount the shower head into here? Like, is there a...
Yeah, there's a Velcro up the top here.
As part of the shower?
Yeah, so
Cool.
you just put the shower head up the top,
Yeah.
you just Velcro it, and then obviously you just have the bucket underneath, and there's plenty of cable here,
Yeah.
so it's more than long enough to do the job.
Yeah. What do you do with your shampoo and soap? Where do you store them? Have you got
There's
a pocket?
2 pockets on either. There's a pocket on either side.
Yeah.
And also there's a zip at the back.
Yeah.
So you can actually once you've had your shower and you've got yourself dried, you can have your window open.
Right.
And you can reach to get your
Dry
clothes.
your clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so for full drives like utes and stuff, you can put that in the back. Your canopies in the side, you can, yeah. All right, so let's just quickly look at your fridge freezers. So that's obviously the Kings as mentioned before, 70-litre combined, but it's 2 doors.
Yes.
One door is bigger than the other one, and you can independently switch them.
Yeah, you can rotate them. You can use both as a fridge, both as a freezer, or you can rotate them around. Yeah, so it's really good having a freezer on the road.
Okay, and you've got a digital display there that shows some info.
So it shows you how much power you're using. Because I've got this obviously plugged into my outpack.
Yeah.
So it tells me what the volts are, independent temperatures for each one.
For each. Yep.
Yeah, so that's really good.
All right, Dave. So run us through this hitch that you got.
Yeah, so obviously it came with just a basic hitch, but it was very noisy, very clunky, especially when you're going down dirt roads and any sort of bumpy road. And of course we do go on those sort of roads from time to time. We decided to change over to an Alco pin, which has been so much better. It's one hand to put it on, you just push the button in or push it out, and the wife can do it. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So we're so happy we did it that way.
So tell us what's the main difference, what's the main advantage of having that sort of hitch?
I'd say couple. One, the wife can do it very easy.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, I do have some health conditions, so if for some reason I can't do it, at least Kerrie can do it, no problems at all. And just the flexibility. Okay. We don't have that clunky noise going down dirt roads.
Yeah.
And we go through those roads more often than we expect to.
Do you find, in terms of like driving, towing it, like the feel of it, did you notice any difference?
Definitely smoother.
Yeah.
It's smoother, there's no noise at all.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to the trailer. So how big is the trailer?
It's a 7x4 trailer.
7x4. So this is from what company?
I got it from Oz Trailers in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got the lid on it. So it's waterproof and a dustproof now.
Yeah.
So I put some seal around there and no water gets in there, and going to air is locking back. And that was very dusty up there, Cooper Pedy, no dust at all.
Alright.
Maybe a couple of specks, not even enough to even talk about.
Cool.
The lid locks up, padlocks on either side.
Yeah.
And I've got the 3 jerry can holders, I've got the 9 kilo gas bottle holder.
Yeah. Oh, so is the gas bottle in there?
Yeah, gas bottle would normally go in there. Just got an empty container in there at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do anything, the suspension, all standard?
Oh, it's all standard.
Yeah.
Obviously, normally when you buy a tray, you get retreads on them.
Yeah.
But I put all new tyres on it.
So you got a jerry can here, jerry can in front.
I have 2 water ones, and I'll keep 1 petrol one on.
Petrol on the other side.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I do have the option to swap and change because I've got other ones at home too.
Yeah, cool. So basically inside it's just an empty tub and you just dump stuff in there. So let's jump onto safety. So obviously your fire extinguisher.
Yeah, we've got the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
This is just you can refill these, but they're not worth it. This is one we got from Aldi.
Yeah.
So we have the fire
2
extinguisher.
kg?
It's a 2 kilo one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Looks like it.
1 kilo, sorry. It's a 1 kilo one.
Okay.
But I think these are like the standard ones people have.
Yep.
We do have a first aid kit in the car.
Yeah.
Snake kit.
Snake bite kit. Yeah.
Snake bite kit.
So a lot of bandages and stuff.
Yeah, we always have them in the car all the time.
Yep.
And we always have this with us.
Yeah.
Because the chance of using them are fairly low, but the minute you don't have them, something will probably go wrong.
Exactly right. Yeah. So have you, when you go remote, any sort of what do you use for comms? Oh, have you got a UHF radio?
We've got a UHF radio we use in the car.
Yeah.
And I've also got a satellite phone.
Satellite phone.
Yeah.
Cool. Subscription, right?
Yes, we're only paying $15 a month for that. It's from Pivotal.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. We're happy with it. We've tested it in areas where there's no phone range.
Yeah.
Down at Kangaroo Valley where we've camped down there.
Yeah.
And I've rang my daughter up in Sydney and it's worked fine.
So for those of you that don't know, so for example, you go remote, you can get stuff like satellite phone when there's no reception, or an epib to put out your location and stuff. So for satellite phones, normally it's a subscription, and you pay per minute as well, right?
Yeah, they're not that much. If my daughter rings me on it, it's free of charge.
Okay, it's the outgoing.
It's the outgoing, and I can't remember the exact cost, but it's a little bit more than a normal call.
Yeah.
But you're not going to make a standard call on there anyway.
Yeah,
it's only for an emergency,
exactly right.
and you may never use it, which is what you hope.
Yep.
But I charge it up about once every month just to make sure it's fully charged all the time. And so I've got that with me just in case.
So yeah, all right. So don't skimp on your safety in camping. 100%. They're cheap. Fire extinguisher, basic stuff. 1 kilo will do. First aid kit, snake bite kit if you're in Australia, especially. Anything to do ointments and stuff for bugs and bites and stuff in Australia. And if you go remote, definitely worth. You can even hire those.
You can hire them. They're not that dear to hire.
You don't have to buy them. If you go one off, you can hire them. And before you go, make sure you know how to use your first aid kit and your snake bite kit, because a lot of people
have some basic knowledge.
Exactly. You do it before you Google it, YouTube it. Learn how to use it before you go.
So while we save money on our camping stuff, where we can pick them up half price and buy some cheaper quality, some things you have to spend the money on, like your fire extinguisher, your first aid kits. If you want to get a satellite phone, those sort of things, you need to make sure you get decent quality ones. Yeah, so where you save money on other products, you can afford to spend the money on some of the things that may cost a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Okay guys, so it almost looks like a full drive supercenter advert with all your King's gear, but
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. Dave purchased everything on his own and it's not sponsored. So anyway, let's go with this guy first. So
we've got the King's camp oven, which for the price, it's really hard to pass. As much as the odds pick I hear are quite good, but they're bulky, they are quite heavy. This is so light and it's just very easy to maneuver around. It's got the long chimney, so it keeps the smoke away around, and we use that all through winter.
So you find it sufficient enough for the heat?
Yeah, and me and Kerrie will sit in front of it and the heat's fine.
And you cook it in the same way?
We cook it on top, we put the pot on top, we put a frying pan on top, and it doesn't take a huge amount of wood to get going.
Yeah. So does it come with this bag and all the gloves?
The bag it came with it at the time, and the gloves, then my own gloves.
Just welding gloves?
Well, just normal welding gloves, that's all you need.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and that works really good.
So this folds down.
Legs fold in.
Yeah.
Then just fold. This folds out and
four pieces.
And it all goes inside here.
So you basically just end up with this.
Yeah, you just end up with that square thing.
It's not heavy, is it?
Oh,
no, it's light actually for what it is. Eh?
Yeah, it's very light.
Yeah, because a lot of them are like cast iron.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. That's why we wanted something like that. It's very lightweight. Yeah. It does the job.
Dave just pulled out this unit here. What's this, Dave?
So what this is, it's like a hot water urn. You attach it just attaches to this, and obviously as this gets really hot, this water heats up, and it doesn't take very long at all. I was quite surprised how good it was.
Yeah, right.
And it just obviously just clicks in there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't move.
Yeah.
You just turn your tap to get your hot water out.
So hot water.
So we use that for coffees. We use it to wash the pots.
So where did you get this from?
I got this on Facebook. The guy's name is Alan Burnett. He does various different appliances that attach to the Kings.
Right.
Yeah. He's got all different gadgets that you can attach to this system.
I like the name Tactical Assault System.
Yeah.
It's like going to war.
And it's a handy thing to use in winter.
Yeah, right. It is pretty. It's actually pretty clever. So it uses the heat.
The heat off the chimney to heat the water up.
Utilises the heat off the chimney.
And I think it took about, to get it, like if you want it really boiling, I think it was about 20 minutes at most.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, and if you don't want it really boiling, you just want to use the hot water for the dishes.
You know what would be good with this? If he makes a bigger one and you can use it for a shower.
Exactly, there's so many options.
You got all the heat out
there. Yeah, it's a long chimney and that gets very hot once it gets going.
Or you can do even double. You can
you can attach more to it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we've got another Adventure Kings product.
Yes.
Bit of a tripod, and you've got your big pot. That's a stainless steel, isn't it?
It's stainless steel. It's a spun steel. So we originally had a cast iron one.
Yeah.
But the wife found it a bit heavy to use.
Yeah. This
so
is
and these ones, the wife can use it too.
Yeah.
So that way I can make her do most of the cooking.
So this comes with a lid, which you can turn into
a frying pan.
Yeah.
So it's so multi-use.
And you
got the trivet.
That, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so versatile.
Yeah, and it's way more lightweight than the cast iron.
Like the cast iron ones, it's less than half the weight.
I love cast iron, but your weight puts me off.
I love my cast iron one. It took me a while to convince myself to change over.
Yeah.
But it works just as good. It cleans just as easy, and it's just so much lighter.
So with stainless steel, can you give some tips with cleaning, maintenance of it compared to cast iron?
With this one, I basically just clean it like I would any pan. No different. I just give it a bit of oil.
Yeah.
And that's it. I keep it very simple. And sometimes I don't use that through summer. Yeah. And when I go to open up for winter, it's fine. Yeah. I just give it a bit of a wipe down, and that's it. So it's so easy to maintain.
So obviously it comes with a tripod thing.
This is my own tripod. It didn't come with that.
Oh, so that's just
that come with that by itself.
So where'd you get this from?
To be honest, I probably picked it up from either one of the camping stores.
Little rake you've got there, eh?
Yes, this is one I found in Bunnings. It folds up and stretches right out like that. Yeah. We keep this in the trailer all the time because when we get to a campsite, before we put our tent down or our swag, I always make sure there's no twigs or any sharp rocks. Yeah. And to be honest, if you're in an area where there's been a lot of kangaroos and there's obviously a lot of poo on the ground, and if it's dry, you can easily just rake it all away. This is something I never thought I would carry with me, to be honest. I think the missus talked me into getting this, and it's probably one of the best gadgets we've got too.
Yeah, I've never thought of taking a rake because it's such it's so big.
Yeah, it packs up quite big. You know,
this one.
Look how much it comes out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's basically almost the size of a normal garden rake there, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty lightweight too.
And I just put it in the front of the trailer. It takes up no space.
Yeah.
It's pretty versatile.
So that's a good point because we actually use air mattresses ourselves.
Exactly.
And we get to a campsite, the first thing we do before we lay out the tent is like get all
you're walking around, you're checking
and everything.
At least with this, you don't have to look at every single thing, you can just rake it straight away.
And if you got a fire pit, you can use that to rake your coals.
Exactly. So it comes in handy.
Yeah. Alright, so let's talk about your King's gazebo, Dave. So obviously 3x3 standard.
Yep, standard 3x3 metre.
Yeah.
Waterproof top.
Yeah.
So that's ideal for camping.
Yeah. High roof.
It's plenty height. Yeah. No problem at all.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Recently I did a review of the Ridge Rider one. Yep. So it's very similar.
Yep.
I can see this one doesn't have the vents though. I know the Ridge Rider's got the vents.
Yes.
Steel? What, steel?
Yeah, steel. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and they seem fairly strong.
Sturdy,
We've used it quite a few times now.
Yeah.
And I use my own guy ropes.
Yep,
I don't use
upgraded
those.
That, yeah.
I hate those flimsy ropes that everything comes with.
Yes.
So I use guy ropes and everything.
Yep. So you mentioned about pre-rigging the edges of the gazebo tent.
Yeah. So when we first put the gazebo tent up, we've just done this in the loop now, but they just come loose, and you've got to go to each corner, and you've got to tie it around the pole.
Yeah.
So which is a bit of a nuisance. So what we've done, we've just tied it up into a loop.
Yeah.
We've got a small carabiner up there.
Yep.
And you just put that through the carabiner,
clip it
on the four corners. Done.
And it's done. So that's a good tip too. So for example, if you're out camping, right? So while you're setting up and packing, or while you're camping really, think about the things that take you time. What's the things that take you a lot of time to set up, to do, that frustrates you? Think about it and see if there's a way to pre-rig it, when you get home, if there's a way like this, that's a perfect example to kind of pre-rig it, so next time you're out, you save every minute that you save in camping is
definitely.
Well
we've done
it
with the swag, we've done with things on top of our tent, on top of our trailer. It just saves all that mucking around when you get to a campsite.
And here's the other thing too, another tip. You go camping, every time you get back home and you unpack, as you unpack, think about the items that you unpack and go, have I used this in the last 2, 3, 4 camping trips? If you haven't used it, except the first aid kits, any satellite radios, any emergency stuff, put that aside, that's fine. But anything that you haven't used in the last 3, 4, 5 camping trips, you most likely won't use it. It's taking up room, right?
Definitely.
Taking up time, so leave it at home.
Cool.
bug zappers.
The bug zappers, yeah, rechargeable bug zappers.
Yeah, are they good?
We've got a couple of those. They seem to work pretty good.
Yeah.
We've got the thermocell product also, which works extremely well.
So this is rechargeable?
Yeah, it's just USB rechargeable.
No, and sun.
And it's got solar rechargeable too, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you put them in the sun, it's got a little panel on top.
Yep. So how long do they last?
We've had them on pretty much all afternoon until we go to bed.
Yeah. And it's pretty effective?
Yeah, it seems to work alright.
Yeah.
Right guys, just thought I'd explain to you what we use for mozzies, and also works on flies, believe it or not. First one we got is the Thermacell, this one, which is the one we bought originally. You just put a gas cartridge in the bottom, a pad inside, on the side, and I think the gas lasts for about 6 to 8 hours, and the pad works for about 4 hours roughly. And we find this is the best thing to use. We've also got this Thermacell, so we've got 2 of them. This is one of the newer ones that they've come out with. And it basically works the same as this. Some nights we might put both on, spread them out a bit, and they work fantastic.
Alright guys, so we'll move to the kitchen setup, but just quickly grab this bad boy here and show us what this is, Dave.
So this is just our portable heater we use occasionally through winter. More the wife uses it. You just put a normal gas canister in the back, and especially on a very cold morning, as long as you put your cartridge in a tub away from the cold, sometimes the cartridge won't work in the morning if they'll be cold. But this works really well if you sit under your car awning, you've got a couple of the awnings around. This will definitely sit in front, that works perfect. Obviously it's not going to do a massive area, but it'll do enough area just for where you're sitting in front.
Yeah, so it's got to be ventilated. You can't
Ventilate,
put it in a tent.
definitely do not put it inside a tent.
Yep.
Or your swag, don't do anything silly like that.
Yeah.
But definitely got to have the air circulation.
So that takes the butane canister,
Yeah,
which
it
is
goes in those,
the
yes.
cooker. Yeah.
That works fine.
Yeah. So for the newbies, just in case there's some people out there, just so you know, the butane canisters, when you run them, they get cold. Naturally, the canister gets cold. Yeah. So if you're camping in winter, it could freeze. When it freezes, you get less fire, less flame. So either you swap canisters or find a way to kind of insulate it so it doesn't freeze up. Okay?
Yeah, and it works fine.
Yeah, cool.
For organising Dave and Kerrie's kitchen utensils, they use a small toolbox. So they've got all their knives and tongs and whatever else in there. They've got a single butane stove, which is pretty common and cheap to buy. Dave's saying that it does pretty much most of their cooking, and they've got a bigger version of it that they use for roasting or cooking vegetables and stuff like that.
So you find like cooking, like full-on gourmet meals and stuff, a butane single
Definitely.
burner.
I've cooked a roast in here for over an hour.
Yeah.
And probably only used half a can, if that, to do a roast.
Right. And it's the bag. This is the container.
Yeah, the container.
I've noticed that you've got quite a few of these King's bag, the canvas bag as well.
Yes.
So what do you normally? I've got this few down there. What do you normally put in there?
Yeah, well that one is for the camp oven over there, the stainless steel.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that goes in there.
Yeah.
I've actually got one here.
Yeah.
I'll just show you guys. This is, I put my pillows and I've got one blanket in there.
Oh, okay.
Obviously you can use it for clothes.
Is it waterproof?
It's waterproof. It's from King's.
That's a good idea, because like the bigger stuff like the pillows, ideally you want to chuck them in the roof.
Yeah.
So that's a waterproof
So I
bag.
put this in a trailer like that. At least that way if I get out somewhere, I can just chuck this on the ground. I know my pillows are going to stay clean.
Perfect.
So that's really handy to have. And you can basically put anything in there, not just pillows.
No, of course not. Yeah. Awesome. Now, this little gadget, I'm sure everyone doesn't have this one.
A lot of people have talked about this, and they've said it's a salad spinner, a lettuce spinner.
Lettuce spinner.
Yeah, so
salad
that's
spinner,
some of the comments I've had. So this is our washing machine.
Yeah. Washing machine.
Yes, and to be honest, it works pretty good.
Yeah.
You fill the water up. I think it takes 3, 4, 5 litres of water.
Mm-hmm.
We put a bit of wool wash in there.
Yeah.
How
much? Like what? A scoop of detergent or something?
We just put the wool wash liquid in, and just like a capful.
Okay, cool.
You don't need to put much in.
So put what, 4 or 5 litres?
Yeah, I think 5 litres is the maximum to take. But
Okay.
depends on how much you want to wash. You can put a bit less in.
And then how much clothes can you put in?
My shirts are quite big. I can probably get three of my big shirts in.
Okay.
A couple of pairs of shorts easy.
Okay.
So obviously it's not going to do your blankets and so forth.
No.
But generally any clothes or your smalls and stuff, we find it works very good.
So it basically works like a salad spinner, right?
It does. You put your water in, put your detergent, put your clothes in. You just screw the lid on. You got this thing here. You just spin it.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on how dirty your clothes are. You don't have to spin for a couple of minutes at most.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to drain, it's got the pipe here. You just spin it, drain it, and obviously the more you spin it, the less water you can have in your clothes.
Yeah, that's right. It's like
But no more than 5 minutes, and your clothes come out wet free, so it's not dripping wet.
It's not dripping wet, so you can just hang it and then, yeah, cool.
I think we paid about $70 for this.
Dave's going to show us this product. That's pretty awesome. Look at it.
Yeah, what this product is, it's from Solar Screen, and we've got a full set for the car, so all 4 windows, the little windows on the back, and obviously the back window, and also the front one. Now these aren't your $2 cheap ones that you buy from cheap stores. These have got, I think, about 9 layers inside, and these are the proper stuff.
Yeah.
Suction cups, fantastic, really solid, they're not going to come off. And we used this on our last trip to Uluru. The ones on the back windows, the small window, and on the back, we left on the whole time we were driving. And obviously the front ones we put on when we stopped somewhere. And I don't know how much in actual degrees it changed the car, but we could tell a big difference.
I'm sure you can, yeah.
It comes with a carry bag. Like I said, they weren't cheap, but you get what you pay for, and with this, you get what you pay for.
So with that, Dave, that's obviously specific to your model car.
Yes.
So does the company do a lot
The
of...
company Solar Screen, they do, I think they do just about all the 4-wheel drive cars, because they have a template.
Right. Yeah.
And it makes the car inside, when you've got all the whole car covered, it is pitch black inside, you can't even see your hand. There's no light coming whatsoever.
So see, if you're one of those people who camp in your car, sleep in your vehicle, there you go. This is perfect.
You've got valuables in your car.
Give you privacy, yeah.
You don't want people to see.
That's it.
That's another bonus thing.
Yeah, exactly. Even just for security.
That way people can't see what's in your car.
For this sleeping setup, Dave loves his swag, so he always uses his swag, and he's saying that he reckons the best part of the swag is that they've got the screens, so you can basically open it up, see the sky, see the stars, and get really good airflow through the screens, through the mesh. Dave also loves the ease of setup of a swag. Now he rates the King's Big Daddy swag that he's got, saying that it's pretty much waterproof, never had issues with it, and value for money. You can't fault them really. For comfort, he uses the King's self-inflating mattress. He finds it more than sufficient. Now Kerrie, on the other hand, prefers a stretcher bed. She wants to be off the ground. It's basically easier for her to hop on and hop off the bed.
What sleeping bag do you have? Things as well?
We've got 2 double sleeping bags, which we bought from BCF probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They rated to 0.
Okay.
And perfect.
Do you do a lot of winter camping?
Heaps of winter camping.
What's your tip for keeping warm in a tent or swag?
In winter, to be honest, I still have my swag open when it's 0 degrees.
Right.
But if you're in your sleeping bag, I go to sleep in my shorts, a t-shirt. I'm inside my sleeping bag, and it's warm. I don't have any problems with the cold.
Yeah.
I normally have the canvas on one side down and the other side open, because I just like the airflow, even on a very cold night. Yeah. And I've camped when it's been -4.
Yeah.
And inside the sleeping bag, I like put a beanie on occasionally or a pair of socks, and that's all I need.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. When you pick a sleeping bag, there's a rating, right? So 0 to 4, whatever. They're not necessarily the comfort rating. So find the comfort rating, because that's the rating that basically is where you're going to be comfortable. That's the temperature range where you're going to be comfortable. So with a sleeping bag, I've mentioned this in my previous videos, it's like a fridge. The more packed, the more empty space you got, the more efficient your body heat will work inside the bag. That's why you got those skinny mummy bags that they use up in the mountains, up in the Alps and stuff. Some people don't like it because it's claustrophobic. I can understand that. But do everything you can to kind of, lessen the airspace inside the bag. And you got your hot water bottles. That's an old trick.
Yeah, they work. Yes.
But tell you what, if you've picked the right sleeping bag with the right comfort rating, where you go, as you say, you can be on your shorts, your shirt, and you'll be comfy out. The only thing is your head, which is sticking out. And again, you said
if you wear a beanie. I bought a beanie to bed on the really cold nights, and maybe a pair of socks sometimes. And it's quite surprising how much that warms your body.
Now, this thing, what's that thing, Dave?
Okay. This is a bit of an issue between me and the missus. This is what you call a muck mat. It's M-U-K, muck mat. You can get them in a couple of different sizes, and you buy them online. I put this outside the swag, where I know my feet are going to be. So before I get into the swag or the tent, I'll just give my feet a quick rub, or if I'm walking with my thongs, whatever. And it literally takes all the dirt off your feet and your shoes.
Yeah. And you can just whack it after. Yeah.
Shake it the next day. It's quite surprising how much comes off. Yeah. It just rolls up. It's got a Velcro strap there. Like I said, you can get bigger ones, wider ones.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you picked up some good info from this video. A big thanks to Dave and Kerrie for showing us their camping setup. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.